Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Bubbly and Blazers, your go-to podcast for all things girly and business. I'm one of your hosts, Ainsley, and with me is the other, Shayla.
Hello.
Today, we're going to do a little bit of a life update. Yeah, new month, new us. So
Yeah.
let's get into it.
Share some things we've been working on and advice I guess we've acquired over the last
Truly,
while.
yeah, truly. The knowledge that I've gained. All right, well, maybe I'll get us started.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's beginning of March. Just came back from vacation. That was lovely, needed.
Yay.
Just took like a whole week off and just kind of vegetated and just absolutely loved it.
I think that was perfect
Um,
timing too, because we literally just filmed an episode about return on investment where you talked about
yeah,
travel is a no-brainer. You
true,
always get your
true,
return.
so true. And I loved my experience, and I feel like, I mean, I went to Mexico. I went to an all-inclusive, so that's you know,
Love.
getting lots of return on investment drink wise, beach time wise, but I feel like we did a little bit of like different excursioning. So seeing kind of a different part of the world is always nice. And yeah, learned a lot about Mayan culture and different things. So yeah, feeling very good. And I feel like I've come home and it's like spring. The morning we
Mm,
flew out, there was like a foot of new snow.
yeah.
And then now it's like I wake up in the morning, the birds are singing and it's kind of sunny, so
Aw, nice little like
quite good.
reset.
Yeah, I'm feeling quite
Yeah.
good.
I love how for your
Um,
trip too, like you like really incorporated everything. I was gonna
yeah,
ask what type of traveler you are. Like if you're someone who likes to just like go somewhere with a book and have a drink or two and just enjoy, or if you are constantly needed to explore new things. But I
yeah.
feel like you have a good balance.
I believe it's called mediocentric. That's probably wrong. I did a class on this last semester. And it's like, some people are like ultra comfort, some people are
Mm,
ultra roughing it, and some people are like in the middle, and I'm in the middle.
mm,
So, yeah, doing a
I
little
love
bit of
that.
everything.
I love that.
Yeah.
And give us an update on where you're at with school right now because you're like
Yeah.
right in the middle of a semester. So how's
hmm
that going for you?
Going good so far. Just did like a bunch of midterms before the break and now kind of getting into doing some more by the end of this week. So, yeah, I mean, busy as ever, but going pretty good.
How do you
My,
manage your time, do you find with
oh,
school? Like, are you a
I
pen and
mean,
paper in your calendar? Are you on your phone?
I'm
What do
both,
you? Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Um, Actually, but I will say like I'm a little bit disorganized since I've come home from my trip because I took my school bag with like laptop and stuff for any work that I had to get done, but I
hmm
took out anything I didn't need, so including my
Mm.
agenda, and I don't think I've actually put it back yet.
Mm.
But I've always been a like an agenda girly, but
hmm
I've transitioned since being like in post-secondary. I love having like everything in my phone too, because I'm just like on my
Mm.
phone so much anyways,
Yeah.
that it's like it's nice to just be able to like look at the phone real quick in the calendar and just like know kind of what the next activity is, the next project. So
It's
that's
just, yeah, so
yeah.
convenient. I was the same,
Yeah.
like I pen and paper all the way. I'm
Yeah.
very resistant to putting anything in my phone. And then maybe in September made the switch to putting everything in my phone calendar. And now,
Yeah.
like if it's not in my calendar, it's not
You're like,
happening. Yeah.
it's quite nice. Like it's true.
Yeah.
Like we're on our phone so much, so it's nice to just like be able to take a quick peek. Like even I mean like that's probably not the point of like going to the gym and walking on the treadmill. You're supposed to like be, having a mental health moment, but it's like
Mm.
I literally will walk on the treadmill and be like, okay, check through my phone. Like, do I have emails to answer? Do I have text to answer? What needs to be done today? What needs to be done tomorrow, right? So,
Yeah.
um, I like that. Where like I feel like if you were like on the treadmill, you couldn't like bring out the agenda and be like, okay,
Could you
who's
imagine?
ready? Yeah, like home office.
Papers flying like everywhere.
Literally.
Like it's like some people set up at coffee shops. They take like three or four tables
Yeah.
and you're like, okay, this is, I get that you can work anywhere, but
Like I
like
love,
this
but
is a bit
like
much.
Dial it in, dial it back.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you're
so
staying on top of
that's
midterms.
yeah, staying on top of that.
Yeah.
Hopefully. It's
Hmm.
it's gone good so far. We've got a math midterm this Friday, and it's all on like interest, and I don't know. It's difficult for me.
Are you getting nervous just talking about it?
I'm getting a little worried. I just yeah. I mean, we'll get there. We'll get there. It's important to know. I want to know it. I want to be an investment baddie, but
Okay.
yeah, these word problems are really putting me through it. I'm like, what? We're selling investments and we're getting payments every 4 months and it's just so confusing. So, anyways, that's the kind of coming up this week. And next week is Enactus Regionals. So I don't know if any
Ooh.
listeners know what Enactus
Ooh.
is,
Tell us, tell us.
but international organization. It's student groups, different chapters at different universities. And we basically run businesses for social good. So, yeah, I'm project managing our project Revive,
What?
which is like a sustainable energy syllabus that we've developed for middle school students. So, yeah, we've done a lot of work. And then in this new year, we've been writing our script and tightening everything up. And then, yeah, next week we're off to Edmonton to present. So that's been a huge grind for since like for me last Thursday until like next Friday. It's going to be a big grind for sure, like a 2 week situation. But yeah, love my team and yeah, just getting super jazzed about it. But yeah, we have to memorize. It's a 5 minute presentation
Okay.
and there's three of us. So
Okay.
it's not huge, but there's some lines to be memorized, and we're working on all our Q&A practice so that we
Ooh.
we answer questions nicely and eloquently. So,
Love.
um, yeah, it's pretty exciting. Pretty
Have you
exciting
figured
stuff.
out what you're all wearing?
Yes, so it's uniform, so that's
Okay.
good.
Good.
Um, and so the OC uniform is the black blazer, the black pants, black shoes, red top. So we've all got
Okay.
matching Aritzia tops, red
Oh,
tops.
cute.
Yeah,
So
so we're
cute.
gonna look super cute. Yeah, the LinkedIn photo, that outfit.
I
That
love it.
outfit's
And if you
getting
ha
a lot of repeat.
if you haven't seen it, follow Ainsley on LinkedIn because
LinkedIn.
it's super cute and they're doing some pretty neat things. Are you allowed to share
Yeah,
anything about the project with us or is it top
absolutely.
secret?
Absolutely. No, it's not top secret. For example,
Give us a little like snippet, like what's a teaser about maybe like an overview of what it is, or do you have
absolutely.
a piece of your pitch memorized? Not to fully
Oh my
put you on the
gosh.
spot.
I love how I was like before this, I was like, yeah, like I'm really feeling good about the memorization. And then immediately I'm like, oh my God. I feel like I can kind of just give you a little recap here.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a 10 lesson model that we call a toolkit.
Hmm.
We worked with a middle school teacher to create it, to help us to create it. And it kind of gives the students a little bit of a background on non-renewable energy, renewable energy, eolic, solar, hydro, geothermal, and then we've got some little lessons in there on the impact of the students. So, kind of giving them ideas of how they can shop better, maybe change their eating habits, change their at home habits to be a little more environmentally friendly. And
Okay.
then we also take a look at Indigenous sustainability. So, giving a perspective of Indigenous peoples, Canadian Indigenous peoples, on how they view the environment because
Mm.
they don't necessarily view science lessons as being in a classroom. It's all about being in nature and respecting nature. So, just, yeah, trying to give the students a well rounded education on that kind of important stuff. But the real calling card with it is it's super hands on. So, they get to kind of learn a little bit about the movement of water. They get to build
Mm.
these light up cards with like copper tape and batteries to learn about like circuits.
Hmm.
There's solar powered cars that they get to build.
Wow.
Um, and they work together to build like a little windmill as well. So there's
Okay.
lots of like really funky, fun stuff. That's just some of it too. So yeah, it's just like essentially a collection of this is a line, a collection of curated videos, discussion prompts, worksheets, and hands-on activities.
Yay, love.
Yay! Yeah, and it's we
She's
have a
got that dialed
website.
in.
Yeah, we have a website. So if you're listening and you're a teacher and you want your students to do Revive, go to reviveoc.ca.
Cool.
Download our toolkit.
Oh my gosh. I'm not a
Yeah.
teacher, but I want to check it out.
Yeah, you can definitely check it out. So that's kind of what we've been doing. So yeah, the whole year working on the project's been a lot of like um creating that toolkit. It was created last year and they ran
Mhm.
kind of like a pilot
Mhm.
run. And we've just kind of taken it to that next level, made it a little more user friendly, a little bit nicer looking. So yeah, that's been the bulk of the work. And now it's in a classroom in Penticton and it's going to be in some more classrooms in Kelowna. We had a download from a teacher in Alberta the other day, like really randomly. So we were
Whoa,
like,
no way.
yay!
It's working.
Yeah, so we're feeling pretty jazzed, like all our hard work and so yeah, hopefully the judges are impressed with our work.
I'm sure they will be. That's so exciting. I love that.
Yeah. So
And
that's
outside of
that's
that,
my
are you still in your spinning and Pilates on the
oh
side?
yeah, so I mean, it's been tough to stay on track with the goals. I actually had a naturopath appointment today too.
Mm,
So yeah, trying to obviously focus on the health as well, the health and wellness.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I feel like the last 2 weeks on vacation I didn't do anything, which was like a personal choice.
Yeah.
And
Sometimes you need
then
that.
yeah, and then the
Yeah.
week before was a bit rough too. But I've gymmed yesterday and today so far, so that's
Ooh.
good.
Yeah.
Um, I'm supposed to spin tomorrow, so hopefully I feel okay. I was saying that my throat's feeling a bit scratchy, so I'm just hoping that I like stay on the health train, stay feeling good, because I've got a big week coming up, and yeah, I just want to like do my spin, do my Pilates, do my gym, so that I'm just like feeling really good and fresh and whatnot. So
Yeah. Don't be
we'll
afraid
see.
to, or don't be too hard on yourself though. We always
I
tell
know.
people to be kind to each other, and I feel like
Yeah.
it's important that we take that for ourselves too, right?
It's true. I
Your
get like
body knows when you
very,
need to rest.
yeah, it's exactly. It's like if it needs rest, it needs rest.
Hmm.
And I tend to feel a little bit stressed out about that. Like, oh,
Yeah.
I have these other goals, but you can't do what you can't do. So yeah,
Yeah.
we'll
And I
see.
think going back to the whole calendar thing, right? Like sometimes, like it's great to have everything in the calendar and be efficient that way, but
Yeah.
kind of like you said, it does still sometimes it puts too high of an expectation of ourselves where like every moment has to be scheduled and everything has to
Yeah.
be structured where we need to live a little bit more freely and letting things fall
Mm-hmm.
into place and happen as they should. Otherwise, struggling with some pretty intense burnout, is the
Yeah.
alternative, which is not great.
Exactly. Exactly. I feel like that's the good thing about the online calendar. You can kind of like move things easier. Like if
Mm,
you're like, oh, didn't have time for that today, I'm
yeah.
just gonna move it to tomorrow.
Yeah. Instead of all these like scratches
Scratches and
out.
like moving stuff, and it's like, oh my gosh. So yeah, that's kind of my 411.
Oh my goodness. She's a business girly doing it all. Look
Oh,
at
she's
you.
she's trying so hard. She's learning. Yeah, it's
What's
good.
one takeaway from the whole, or maybe a couple you've had
Yeah.
in doing this big group project? Like, I feel like group projects, they're a good resemblance of what it's like to work in, a
Yeah.
professional setting too. Like, what have been some things that maybe you guys have like worked through, or you've learned
Mm-hmm.
about kind of communication within a team, or anything like that that you've taken away so far?
Yeah. Obviously, it's like a very good team because it's volunteer based, so
Yeah.
people want to be there. We all auditioned, we were selected, so pretty good team, I would say. Everyone's pretty
Hmm.
amazing. Um, but yeah, I feel like we're learning all kinds of lessons about public speaking and confidence. We
Hmm.
were just talking about today, like someone in the group, it's like, your answers are so amazing. Like, we have to deliver it with confidence. Like, there's no reason not to because you're literally dropping the most amazing facts, the most amazing information. Like, you're killing
Hmm.
it. So that's, you know, obviously an obvious one to some extent, but it's like sometimes you need to work on that and you need to be told, like, okay, say it with your chest. And so
Hmm.
that's kind of what we're working on there. I feel like I've learned a lot about like boundaries.
Yeah.
When
Hey, that's key.
it's key when you're working with um people that want to do amazing, that is
Hmm.
like the best. That is my
Hmm.
ideal. Um, but sometimes, like you said, it's like you need to be like, okay, I can meet Sunday, but I can't meet Saturday night too. That's
Right.
too much for me. I need a rest.
Yeah,
So I
just
feel
because it's
like
a priority for you doesn't make it a priority for me also.
So I feel like that's been like a good lesson and a good practice more so of like um yeah, just like trying to fit into other people's needs, like anticipating other people's needs, if they want to get together and practice or work on some stuff, like that's the commitment to the team.
Yeah.
But also like knowing when to also kind of put yourself first and kind of balance that. So I feel like that's been a good one.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know what
huge. I mean,
else.
honestly, if you can learn that early on in your career, like you're
Mm-hmm.
only setting yourself up for greater success down the road too.
Yeah. So that's kind of, I would say, some top two lessons there. I don't know what else. So many things. Um, I've learned to use and navigate the Google Drive extremely well.
Ooh, that's a
Yeah.
good skill set.
All of our stuff is in Google Drive and it's like layers and layers of files. So it's like I feel like I'm
Ooh,
getting quite good at that. Um, yeah, I
this
don't
is
know what else.
amazing.
Got me
This
on the
is so great.
spot.
I know, I know.
So what's going on with you? What's the 411 with Shayla?
411 with me. Well, as some of you may know from listening, and maybe you don't if you're just listening for the first time, but I started my own business in November.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's kind of just been since then a very steep learning curve um, of getting myself set up, promoting myself, making sure that I have my own skills and toolkit kind of in place and check.
Yeah.
And then starting to try and acquire clients.
Yay.
So yeah, I landed my first clients the other week, which was really exciting. And yeah, basically from there, just kind of helping them streamline their operations, which has been really
Mm-hmm.
fun. I realized how analytical I truly am, by helping them write
Yay.
policy.
She's thriving.
Oh my gosh, I did not think I would get so excited about writing policy as I have been this past week. It's been great.
I love. That's
That's how you
amazing.
know you're doing the right thing when you get excited over the boring things.
Amazing. I love
Um,
that.
Yeah. And so through that too, I made a move during that, or
Mm-hmm.
at the same time. I moved cities. So I've also been settling into Vancouver city life.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a really incredible group of friends here, some
Yay.
of who listen to our podcast.
Love. Thank you.
And I've just been really trying to, put myself out there, try new
Mm-hmm.
things. I joined a dodgeball team
Ooh,
recently.
that's
Yep,
wild, but I love that.
yep. Not because I'm good at dodgeball, because I just, again, was looking for opportunities to meet new people
I love.
and make friends. Um, and yeah, that's been going fun.
I
And
feel like
also
that's a
just
great idea. I want to do that now.
you totally should. I feel
Dodge.
like
I wouldn't do like volleyball, but I would do dodgeball. I
it's
like this.
intense. It honestly, it is so intense.
Wow.
Like we showed up and we thought, okay, like this is gonna be fun. Like I
Gonna
think
be chill.
stereotypical, like the movie Dodgeball too. Like, like,
Yeah.
haha.
People just having fun, tossing
Yeah.
dodgeballs.
Yeah. No, people show up in knee pads. They are
Stop.
jumping.
This
They
might not be for
are
me.
diving. They are ducking. They are like, yeah, it's a whole other level that I was not expecting. They have team
Wow.
jerseys.
When are you getting your jersey?
Well,
You
we're
sent the
lucky if
check?
we have six people show up all there to play.
So you just are like, well, I'll just take one.
Yep. Yep.
I like that.
But it's been super fun. So yeah, I've been doing that. And then I think too, volunteering is a huge I guess core value, personal value of mine, giving
Yeah.
back. And so I had a lot of opportunities. I was doing that in Kelowna, but when I moved to Vancouver, I didn't have that. So I reached out to a couple organizations here, and so I've been doing that on a regular basis, which has just been so amazing.
Love.
Yeah, one of the organizations I'm working for, or volunteering, working for, working for free,
Yeah.
otherwise known as
Pro
volunteering.
bono.
Is an organization called Dress for Success. And I
Love.
think it's really fitting to talk about on this platform because essentially, what this organization does, and they have chapters everywhere in many major cities, including Kelowna.
Love.
Actually, they help women who are looking to get into the workforce, who have maybe had a rough go, who are living in low income or who have even just immigrated to the country. They
Mm-hmm.
help them find a professional outfits and attire to be able to apply for jobs and get and feel empowered to go into the workforce.
Love.
Yeah, it's been
Get them in a blazer.
exactly. Oh my gosh, it's been so fun. Not only so I'm a stylist. I don't know if you would
I
guess
mean, I
that
could
about me.
tell. I literally could tell by looking at you. I'm like, oh, she's got style.
But yeah, you help these women put together outfits and send them on their
Aw,
way, give them little
my
pep
love.
talks in the change room. It's like, oh, it's amazing. So
So
that's been a
cute.
huge, huge thing for me recently. And honestly, I've met some of the women that volunteer with this organization are incredible business women themselves too. So it's been
Love.
so neat to like grow my own network,
I love.
learn things, and yeah, just get involved in the community here.
Cute. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Oh
Yeah.
my
So it's
gosh.
been so fun. I feel like both of us are in such unique
We're
spots, but
thriving.
yet there's so much overlap between the two. It's
Yeah,
inspiring.
we're thriving. Doing so
I
much, learning so much.
mean, ask me yesterday. I might not have said thriving, but
It really depends on the moment. I feel like that is so fair and so valid, though. It's like some moments you're like, I fear I may be having a mentee B right now. But also the next moment you're like, oh my gosh, I'm
on top of the
thriving.
world.
I'm 30, flirty, and thriving. Like,
Yeah, honestly, I feel like that's what we need to talk about too, is like it's okay to have those moments where you
yes.
are questioning absolutely every decision you have ever made in your
Yeah,
life.
it's true. I feel like I'm on a high today, but like the rest of the week previously, I'm like, my tummy hurts and I have so much to do.
Totally,
So,
totally.
yeah, many lows, many highs, many peaks, many valleys, and that's okay.
It's totally fine. And you're not alone through that. I feel like
There's
that's,
no peaks without any valleys.
ooh, clip that and put it on our TikTok.
That's the sound bite right there. It's a
No,
beautiful
it's
thought.
true. Okay, so also update International Women's Day on Saturday. Also think we need to
Ooh,
talk about this. Are you
this is
doing
true.
anything this week to celebrate?
Well, we've got so far a Pilates class scheduled.
Ooh,
Um, a little meeting for our competition team, and we have an almost all girl team where there's four of
whoa.
us, and
Okay.
it's three girls, one boy, and one male faculty member. So we are
Love.
majority girl boss time. So
That's amazing.
yeah, that's kind of it. I know I haven't really thought about it.
Okay,
Maybe it'll
well,
inspire me. I have to make plans.
it's on Saturday, so put it in your
Okay.
calendar.
Okay. Obviously.
I
Maybe
feel
wear
like it's a
pink.
good opportunity to, recognize and cheer on some
Yeah,
women in your network.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Love.
And then obviously, looking to see if there's any events that are happening within your community, but
Mm-hmm.
also just taking a moment, to reach out to people. I find it a good opportunity if I haven't in a while, like sending little notes to people who've been
Aw.
mentors, or like, sometimes people don't realize how much of an impact they've had on your decisions or your career path. And, just sending them a little note to let them know that, thank you for everything you've done because it's led me here.
Yeah,
So I
I
feel like
love.
using these opportunities, it's kind of like Valentine's Day, right? Like,
But for the
even though it's a
ladies,
holiday, yeah,
Galentine's 2.0.
Galentine's, but the
I love.
business version.
Yes. But even without business, I feel like it's just a great day to celebrate women, and
Yeah,
great women work everywhere and don't work and do work and are amazing and fabulous. So, yeah,
yeah.
it's a good day. It's an
Do
important
you have
day.
any mentors in your life that have kind of led you down this path?
This, I don't know. Maybe my mom. I feel like that's like a classic, but like
No, it's
obviously,
dearing.
of course, your mom always shapes you. But yeah, I don't. I feel like I really kind of fell into this
Hmm.
program, and it just turns out that I like it. But yeah, I feel like I've had so many like women profs that are amazing.
Hmm.
And then I obviously work with a lot of ladies who are just super smart and hardworking, and just I think we all have like really big things coming. So yeah.
Love that.
Mm-hmm. How about you? Who are you shouting out on Saturday?
Shout now. I feel like I have similar to you. Like I feel very fortunate that I've had a lot of very incredible women come into my life at some point or another, who have led me to be the person I am today. And I know
Yeah.
there will be a handful more to come.
Yeah.
Um, but I also kind of want to acknowledge a lot of the men that I have in my circle that really
Mm-hmm.
like take opportunities or not even take them, create opportunities to cheerlead women.
Yeah. We
I
love.
feel like I'm surrounded by a really incredible network of both,
Love.
that I've never had a moment where I didn't feel like I belonged somewhere.
Oh my gosh,
And
I love.
yeah, I was thinking about this the other day, because I don't think that is a very common thing that people say that they feel. And
Yeah.
so I feel very grateful for that.
That's a
And I
good
think it
thing.
makes me hyper aware of situations where I can kind of
Mm-hmm.
help open the door for other people.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I've had some pretty incredible people. Um, And I feel like there's just, I don't know, everyone has a really neat story that you can find inspiration from
it's true.
each one. But yeah, family wise, mom and grandma have been absolutely huge. Friends, I have outstanding friends that I just love and who have been so supportive. And professionally, like I said, I've had some pretty key mentors
Yeah,
that are females, who I try and, let know regularly how much I value them because I can honestly say I would not be here without them. So it feels very special to be able to have those people in my life.
I love.
Yeah.
We're so lucky. We're so
We
girly.
are so grateful. And I think that's going to segment well too, because we've been talking about bringing some guests on to this podcast.
Yes.
So more to come on that,
I know
but
possibilities are endless and just
stay
beginning.
tuned. Yeah, if you have any requests or topics you want us to discuss or, experts you want us to bring on, maybe send us a
Yeah.
note, drop a comment on some of our socials, or send us a message, and we'll see what we can do to make that happen.
Yay. I love.
Amazing. Okay,
Okay.
well, I think that's a wrap on our little update.
I
We hope you
know.
guys found some inspiration from what we've been going on. We love to hear what all of our followers are up to now too, because I think there's so much that we can celebrate within our community. So
It's
make
true.
sure that you tell us kind of a highlight the last few months of what's been going on with you, how we can support you, or ways maybe that you're looking to grow your own skill set that we can either cover on the pod or message direct. But yeah, thank you all for listening and give us a follow if you aren't already. We're on TikTok, Instagram, Spotify, everything.
YouTube now.
We're on YouTube now. Yep,
If you want to watch it, you can.
exactly. If listening to us isn't good enough and you want to see the actual footage of what goes on,
It's really good. I look like a bald egg because my hair's always tied up. So if you
and
want to check that out,
sometimes the kitty makes an appearance.
yes. Not today. She's been closed out,
Aw.
but we love her.
Okay, well, thanks everyone for tuning in, and we hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Yay,
Cheers.
cheers.